Uh, we were discussing exposure to lead, which leads to the under excretion of uric acid and precipitate the gout. And this is known as Saturnine gout. The lead is known as Saturn, the Shani Devta, which destroys everything. So that is the case with the lead poisoning. What it does, it increases the reabsorption from the proximal tubules and decreases the excretion from the distal tubules of the uric acid, and that is why the lead poisoning precipitate the uric acid, that attack of gout in the persons. Now coming to the overproduction of uric acid, which is a less common condition. The primary causes are idiopathic. Number one, idiopathic. Number two, mutation of enzyme PRPP synthetase, which increases the production synthesis of nucleotides through de novo synthesis, and that leads to the increased production of uric acid. Now, Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, which is due to the deficiency of HGPRT enzyme, that is hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase enzyme. Now coming to the secondary causes, this is due to the leukemia, multiple myeloma. What happens in the leukemia and multiple myeloma, there is the malignant conditions, and in so many malignant conditions it is seen that uric acid levels is increased, maybe due to the increased cell division and then the degradation of cell division, degradation of cells, that leads to the increased production of uric acid. With multiple myeloma, that there is the presence of Bence-Jones protein, and this Bence-Jones, the scientist Bence-Jones and Sir Alfred Garrod both have discussed or explained about the Saturnine gout, that is the gout due to the lead poisoning. Coming to the chemotherapy, it is the same with the chemotherapy. There is destruction, degradation of cells, and that leads to the increased production of the uric acid. Chronic renal failure, that damage to the kidney, and there is no proper excretion of uric acid. Here coming to the von Gerk's disease, which is a glycogen storage disease. Here what happens, the enzyme glucose 6 phosphatase is deficient. So the glucose 6 phosphate is not converted to the glucose by the in the glycogen metabolism. So what happens? This glucose 6 phosphate is converted to pyruvate, and the increased level of pyruvate leads to the synthesis of lactate or lactic acid with the help of lactate dehydrogenase enzyme, and that lactic acids again competes with the uric acid for the excretion through distal tubules, and that raises the uric acid levels and leads to the precipitation of gout in the von Gog's disease. Now the rich diet in meat and seafood, that also leads to the increases the level of uric acid. Uric acid pool in the gout, in normal uric acid pool is 1200 milligram, but in the gout it increases as much as 3000 milligram. And this uric acid exists in two forms in our body. One is dissociated form, that is urate form, and one is undissociated form, that is uric acid. In body fluids, urate form predominates, and in urine, uric acid form predominates. When they are they are less soluble. So what happens when their concentration increases? They precipitate and forms the monosodium urate crystals, and that is deposited in different parts of body. And here is one important point, that uric acid is 13 times less soluble than urate. And this low solubility and precipitation leads to the uric acid crystals formation and gouty arthritis and gouty urolithiasis. And normal serum uric acid level is 3 to 7 milligram per deciliter, which is less in the female. Treatment of gout of acute attack, Anti-inflammatory drugs are used, that is colchicine, indomethacin, steroid such as prednisolone and diclofenac sodium and piroxicam, and these are all used. And second, to lower the uric acid level in serum, and for that uric acid drugs are used, and these are probenecid and sulfenpyrazone, which are used for under excretors. What they do, they bind with uric acid and compel them to be excreted through the urine, make them soluble. And the third drug is allopurinol, which is used in the overproducers patients, and this allopurinol is inhibits xanthine oxidase by suicide inhibition, and thus there is no production of uric acid. Xanthine and hypoxanthine are there, which are soluble products, and they are excreted through the urine. Now coming to the hypouricemia, this is again a condition, serious condition. What happens in this? There is the uric acid concentration is less than 2 milligram per deciliter. And it may be due to two reasons. Number one is enzymatic defect, and number two is renal defect. Enzymatic defect may be due to the adenosine deaminase enzyme, deficiency of adenosine deaminase enzyme, or deficiency of xanthine oxidase. Both are the enzymes are the of the degradation pathway of nucleotides. And the second cause is renal defect, which is seen in the Fanconi syndrome. We will see in next slide. Here is the adenosine deaminase deficiency. This enzyme is in plenty in the lymphocytes, T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes. And what happens if they are deficient? Then the adenosine level is increased, which takes the alternate pathway and converted to deoxy ATP, and this high concentration of deoxy ATP inhibits the ribonucleotide reductase enzyme. Then what happens? Production of deoxyribonucleotides is prevented, and that leads to the no cell division, no synthesis of DNA. So what happens? Lymphocytes are no lymphocytes cell division. So humoral and cellular, both the immunity are compromised, and that leads to the severe combined immunodeficiency syndrome. This T cells, B cells, and all natural killer cells are involved, causing apoptosis of lymphocytes, leading to developmental arrest and death at the age of 2 years if there is no treatment. And this is due to the severe immunodeficiency. And what is the treatment of this condition? The bone marrow transplantation, enzyme replacement therapy, and gene therapy. Gene therapy is one of this disease where the gene therapy is effective and successful. Fanconi syndrome, it is a lethal aplastic anemia where patient is highly sensitive to radiation, and the DNA double strands are damaged and they are not repaired. And what happens? There is inadequate reabsorption of glucose, bicarbonate, phosphates, uric acid, potassium, and certain amino acids in the proximal renal tubules of the kidney. And so this leads to this condition, lethal condition, and the decreased uric acid concentration, hypouricemia. Now coming to the pyrimidine. Pyrimidine is first synthesized and then ribose 5-phosphate attaches to it. The synthesis of pyrimidine takes place with the glutamine, carbon dioxide, and aspartic acid. Here is the flow chart of synthesis. Carbon dioxide and glutamine with the help of 2 ATP is converted to carbamoyl phosphate. With the help of enzyme CPS2, carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 2 enzyme. Then aspartate is added, converted to carbamoyl aspartate, then dihydrorotate, then